anything from applying to college to getting married to even opening a bank account. They have to have a copy of their birth certificate. They have to get a new duplicate every time they apply for something, and each duplicate is only good for one specific thing.
We decided that we were going to take a look at education specifically because that seemed to be a growing problem that was prevalent throughout the country, whether you were an immigrant or a Dominican citizen.
We have children that they come from a very poor, very extremely poor environment. Also children that they are orphans or abandoned. Right now I got 3 Haitians. They will be ready to go to college.
We ended up meeting these twin girls who came over from Haiti after the earthquake.
Me llamo María Teresa Cayo. Mi nombre es Teresa María Cayo.
The 2 girls, which are twins, they have problem with their papers.
The girls had lost their entire families.
And they don't even remember how they got there. They don't remember who brought them. They couldn't recall.
But they don't have really birth certificates.
They technically shouldn't be even in school.
They just got like a paper from the educational department that allow the kids to be participants.
It's a really difficult and convoluted process for kids of Haitian descent to get the proper documentation in order for them to go on to university.
Por ejemplo, en mi caso, tengo mi cédula, tengo mi pasaporte, mi cédula de identidad y mi acta. Pero en República Dominicana, para hacer cualquier transacción, para ir a la universidad o cambiar, siempre debes llevar un documento nuevo.
So you've got this entire section of the population who is essentially held down by the government because they aren't allowed to get the documentation that they need to get into the universities to advance their lives, to advance their careers.
Yo tengo ese problema. Los niños más mayores, la más grande tiene 13 años y yo nunca puedo declararlo. Mi esposa no tenía visa en su pasaporte y los niños, yo tengo mi residencia, pero estaba migración, recogiendo todo eso y eso, yo estaba muy preocupado.
República Dominicana no necesita, demanda y merece un cambio.
I don't even know what will happen with them when they finish. I don't know how, because I know that our laws won't allow them to go to university with any birth certificates in hands.
But at the same time, they were extremely hopeful, and they both really, really emphasized the importance of their education.
Porque la escuela es el futuro para los niños.
The kids in the orphanages that were brought over from Haiti and have no documentation and want to go to school, we see that here in the U.S. already. We see that with the DREAM Act kids. That's something that kind of transcends borders, is the need and the want for education.
The court ordered that the Dominican Republic remedy the laws and the practices that created this kind of discrimination.
Yo fui entendiendo que esto es algo muy importante, no tanto para mí sola, sino para todos los demás que están pasando por este mismo proceso, porque muchos quieren estudiar, quieren avanzar, y por este problema no pueden lograr lo que quieren.
She's never been photographed. She's never been on video before, at least by the press. And this is because they're afraid of people lashing out against her if they are able to recognize her.
A través de ese caso, muchas personas que no tienen sus documentos pueden ver eso y decir, wow, pero Violeta pudo. Ella pudo ayudar, o sea, pudo lograr lo que quiere. Yo también puedo avanzar.
And when the court finally found that the Dominican Republic had committed human rights violations in 2005, pretty much everything was square with them, but it was a big, it was supposed to be a landmark ruling.
The Dominican state does not count those kids who live in the streets of Santo Domingo, so that hundreds or maybe thousands of kids who leave there with absolutely no assistance from the Dominican state.
You know, either their parents had beaten them, or they had come from broken families, or their parents had died, or they had immigrated from Haiti after the earthquake, which we saw an increase in the immigration of street kids since the earthquake of 2010.
No, porque la calle, nadie vive bien en la calle. ¿Quién vive bien en la calle? La calle vive en todo el mundo mal.
Me dijeron a mí que me metiera en la barbería. Entonces yo me metí porque me estaban amenazando, me estaban dando golpes, me estaban amenazando con un cuchillo. Entonces yo tuve que meterme en la barbería.
This guy Tono, he kind of got in a little trouble when he was younger, and he spent some time in jail, and his family kicked him out.
Cuando yo estoy durmiendo en la calle, los policías vienen y le tiran agua y le dan golpe a uno durmiendo.
I mean, it's a violent place out there for these kids.
Que quería violarme a mí, yo no quise. Entonces me estaba apoyando a mí para que yo me dejara violar, yo no quise.
He starts explaining how just a couple of days ago a man assaulted him with a knife and tried to rape him.
Me tenía un cuchillo a mí, ahí. Entonces me estaba diciendo a mí, oye mira, yo lo que tengo, tú sabes lo que yo tengo ahí, yo tengo un cuchillo. Y tú sabes lo que tú vas a hacer ahora. Ahora tú lo que vas a hacer es que te va a acostar ahí, boca abajo, y te va a quitar y te va a bajar el pantalón.
Yo creo que nosotros lo que le brindamos a ellos, diferente a la calle, la parte de al respeto, cariño, tranquilidad, una sonrisa y al mismo tiempo también esa parte de decir, aquí hay normas.
What the center can provide them is even if it's only a day at a time, a safe place where they can go, where they can definitely get a meal, where they don't have to worry about, you know, getting killed or beaten by police. It's a safe haven.
Que ellos ven que lo que ellos te dicen no es burla ni es como chantaje, sino que tú le estás prestando atención. Entonces el cariño se demuestra de muchas formas, desde el saludo.
And there's this 6-year-old kid that's not going to school. His mother's a prostitute. She runs a group of about 15 of these kids that go out there to make money to pay her and make an own living for themselves. You know, cleaning windshields, shining shoes, begging.
They're street kids, but they're kids. So like, they're just young people who like to have fun too.
No me jodan toda la semana.
Monkey farmer, monkey farmer.
When I pick up my camera and these kids start cheesing and throwing peace signs and, you know, start rapping, I mean, those are funny moments and good times that you can see kind of the humanity and just being a kid, but in a, you know, in a kind of a darker surrounding.
Yo no quiero estar en la calle, yo quiero estar estudiando, yo no quiero estar en la calle.